that means to you. A few tips in relation to commitment adherence. Okay? You want to make sure that you log in 5 to 10 minutes prior to service. That'll make sure that all your technology is functioning well. If something should happen, you can use SWAP. SWAP allows agents to put selected intervals that cannot be serviced into a pool that allows other companies opportunity to service them in place. Intervals can be put up for SWAP after the 48-hour lockdown period, meaning 48 hours before service time, it locks down is what it is. So you need to make sure that you swap before that time. Okay, it is available after the. Sorry, I'm giving you wrong information. SWAP is available after the 48-hour lockdown period, but only up until 2 hours before the selected interval. So earlier, someone asked, what if I have an emergency? I have a family member that has to go to the hospital or something like that. You can swap your time. You can do that 2 hours before. You can put it in and take someone else's if that's easier for you, and that happens all the time. You can also release your service time if needed. That's 48 hours before the lockdown period. In true emergencies where something happens, you can submit a waiver. For instance, if you have a technology issue at the very last minute, you go to tech support, you put in a ticket saying that you need help, and then you submit a waiver request is what it is. Okay? You also want to make sure that you view the commitment adherence guide and check that out, and that will also give you great tips on how to avoid those common pitfalls. The nice thing is, again, that you are choosing your own service times. You do it 2 weeks ahead of time. So hopefully you know about things like doctor's appointments, or if your kid has a play that you want to attend, things like that. You have that on your calendar ahead of time, and you select your service intervals around those things, which is really, really nice. To learn more about interval exceptions and swapping, things like that, you go into the portal, you go to the Starmatic 2.0 tutorials, you will find more information there. I see we have some questions that are going to go on. We have the chat stopped, which is great because we have a lot of things that are coming in. Also, folks, I see people again going to the moderators. Please stop sending messages to the moderators. Just wait until that room tab is open. We will reopen it. Okay. Ms. Thomas asks, if you are dropped from a client before the course starts, would you have to wait to enroll with a different client? Yes, that is possible. If you are dropped, yes, you might have to enroll anywhere between 30 to 90 days depending on the situation at hand. Let's see what else. Terry McDaniel, I see you want to ask a question. Give us just one moment to reopen that chat. We want to clear out some of the chats that are there. Okay. Kyla Legister asks, what happens in hurricane season when things happen unexpectedly and you lose power? That is situation for a waiver that happens, so you can check that out. Also, please plan accordingly. If you know that you're in the line of a hurricane, if you know that that's possible, we strongly suggest that you release or swap your service times. That way you avoid that, and it will not impact your commitment adherence. So please make sure you do that. Okay, let's see what else we've got going here. All right, I'm reopening the chat for some folks to put in some of their questions. Freddie says, you choose your times every 2 weeks, or is it that you have appointment schedule? Freddie, you choose service times every 2 weeks. You plan 2 weeks out is what it is. Dolores says, how do you confirm attendance, and are you penalized if you must drop 10 days prior to start? Dolores, you confirm you don't necessarily need to confirm attendance. However, if you are going to drop, you inform enrollment support. You go to enrollment support and let them know 10 days prior. If you drop 10 days prior, you will not be penalized in any way. April Halliburton, I selected servicing hours for the week of June 25th last Friday. I checked today and the hours are not indicated there. I don't understand what happened. April, that's a great question. There are some opportunities. It might be that you were on a certification, SOW is what it is, and as you transition to a service SOW, it is a little bit different, so it could be that that's the case. You would have to reach out to technical support to find out exactly what happened. Each person is different, so that could be the case. Shayna DeYoung is asking, is there a mix of intervals you can work per day? Yes, Shayna, it's whatever is available on the portal. You can see what's available there through Starmatic, and you get to choose that way. Okay. Kimberly, by saying that you are still a little confused about intervals, it doesn't tell us what you're confused about. So tell us what you're confused about so we can help you. Georgette asks, can you miss a class or be late? Georgette, no. No, you do not want to miss any classes. You do not want to be late to any classes. So please make sure you are always on time and that you do not miss class. Julia is saying, I have a vacation plan for the end of the year. I will be out of the country for a week. Will it count against me if I do not sign up for work during that week? No, Julia, you can submit a waiver for that. That's perfectly acceptable. We want people to go on vacation. You should enjoy it. It's part of why you're doing this. Melvina Jordan, what if your call goes over a selected time? Well, that's perfectly fine. It does not hurt your commitment adherence at all. Chances are you will receive revenue for that. So that's a good thing. Shannon DeYoung asks, max intervals per day. The majority of opportunities do not have max intervals per day. They just offer, there's some that do cap just based on call volume and things like that. You have to confer with the opportunity announcement and check with the client results team in their information sessions. Starmatic is the scheduling place. Yes, Martha, that is it. That's where you go to schedule service time. Okay. Folks, I'm going to stop the chat now. I'm going to let folks respond to the remaining questions that are here so that I can go on in terms of metrics and assist with information related to that. So folks, meeting metric requirements as stated in the statement of work or the opportunity announcement, that is a positive reflection on the call center company. So you really want to make sure that you are always meeting or exceeding those metrics. Also, quite often those metrics help determine pre-select. Many of you want very specific service times. A lot of you want that type of schedule that I was explaining before about, 30 minutes first thing and then, taking care of the kids and then servicing again, going to the gym, servicing again, having lunch, servicing again. You want that type of flexibility. The only way to ensure you have that flexibility is that you have the highest performance of all. That will get you into the first gate of pre-select, meaning most often when people are choosing servicing times, they have different gates. The highest performers get to go first, and they get to choose the exact times that they want. Whatever's left after that is for the second gate and then the third gate after that. So you want to make sure that you are the highest performers. That way you get the best choice of service times. The next thing is the client results will give more information regarding specific performance metrics and how to drive success. So make sure you pay attention to that. Read your emails, attend the information sessions, all those different things. It will make a difference. And folks, make sure you dodge those pitfalls. Strive to continuously meet those service level agreements, okay? And make sure that you have all those performance indicators in place. Always, always, always avoid unprofessional business practices. Unfortunately, in this business, in the business of customer service, you're not allowed to have a bad day ever. You could be in a really, really difficult situation. You could be feeling sick. You could be run down. You could be stressed. There could be things going on at home. You cannot ever, ever, ever let that reflect on your performance when it comes to customer service. It's just an intolerable thing. You can't ever get frustrated with a customer. They might be cursing out the wazoo at you. They might be yelling at you. They might be angry. They might be upset. They might be blaming you for everything. Unfortunately, you just have to sit there and help calm that person down. You can't ever get mad, you can't ever yell back, anything like that. That's the nature of this business. Those are all considered unprofessional business practices, and you have to avoid them at all costs. In terms of common metrics, there are certain things that we just want you to be aware of so that you have them on your radar. There are things that are beyond this. Things like commitment adherence that we discussed earlier, average handle time, a lot of opportunities have this. The amount of time that you're on a call, some want you to be in say 360 seconds to answer a call or to get it resolved. Some are 500 seconds, 700 seconds. Pay attention to those types of things. First call resolution, whether or not you solve the customer's problem in the first call or if they have to come back for assistance again. Customer satisfaction, were they happy with the call? Documentation rate, the rate in which an agent documents the customer's issues and steps to resolution. The net performance score, are they likely to recommend that client's brand to a friend? And then also service intervals, the time servicing in half-hour increments. Some opportunities, they require 15 hours for that statement of work. However, the more intervals you service, the better it is, and you could receive better revenue for it, or you could receive more opportunity for pre-select times and do that. So pay attention. All of that is listed in the opportunity announcement. In terms of support, folks, I'm going to go through this particular section real quick because we're almost at the end, and then we're going to leave it open for questions and chat. The Arise Virtual Agent, or AVA. This is your first stop for everything. Folks, we have spent a tremendous amount of time putting a lot of questions into AVA and making it so that it is helpful to all of you. AVA is powered by the same engine as Watson. Some of you may remember that there was this technology that beat Jeopardy several years ago. It's the same power behind AVA. It's been loaded with answers to hundreds, if not thousands, of frequently asked questions. You start by accessing AVA by going to Portal and then Support, clicking on that tab, as you can see right here in the slides. Folks, AVA is not like Google. I do not want you to enter one or two keywords when you go to AVA. If you do that, it's not going to be helpful to you. So let's say you're interested in the service revenue calendar when that's going to come out. Do not go to AVA and type in service revenue calendar. You probably will not get the answer to your question. You need to put in a full question. Where can I find a copy of the 2017 service revenue calendar? If you don't do that, you're not going to get targeted answers to your questions. In the event that AVA is not able to answer your question or resolve your issue, you can chat live with a specialist. It will prompt you to do that. Depending on the issue, resolution times will vary in terms of that chat. So again, here's AVA here. You put your chat in. This includes all sorts of things related to global support, support availability. Technical support is available 24/7, 365. Partner enrollment support, that's available on Mondays through Fridays from 8 a.m. to midnight, that's Eastern Standard Time. And registration chat is available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The support in AVA, pardon me, I needed a drink there. Support in AVA includes registration, certification, password resets, telephony issues, access or client codes, statements of work, invoicing, service revenue, and so much more. So AVA should really be your first stop in relation to all your questions. As I mentioned before, enrollment support, that's available as live chat support Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. That involves everything related to courses, opportunities, voice assessments, and vouchers. Certification. Anytime you have a question related to certification, please make sure you reach out to the instructor via email. If a performance facilitator resource is available, reach out to them via email as well. This could be anything related to VPN issues, Citrix issues, client code issues, Arise portal issues, Arise virtual meeting room issues, or telephony issues. All of those can be done through the instructor or the PF resource. And then you also have central operations. This is everything related to Starmatic scheduling questions, releasing swapping hours, everything like that. If you go to AVA, you'll get the phone number for that. You'll also be able to access chat for all these other groups through AVA. There's lots of support that's offered while you're servicing, and we want to make you aware of that. There's things like weekly information sessions. These are sessions that you can attend very similar to this type of session, where they bring you up to speed on all sorts of things, and they help answer your questions there. These are run by client results teams. Those are groups that serve as a liaison between all of you who are servicing and the client. You should never, ever, ever reach out to a client directly, only the client results teams. There are chat performance facilitator resources, so as you're servicing, you might have a question, you might run up against a wall or something, you'll have a separate chat area where you can reach out to a chat-based performance facilitator resource that will be able to assist you. There's Tier 2. They assist agents in real time while they're still on the phone. A lot of opportunities offer that. Quality assurance performance facilitator resources, those are individuals that you go to. After you've serviced, you reach out to them and say, hey, I want to know how I can do better. Can I set a one-on-one session with you to review my calls and see how I can improve? They're there to help with that. There's side-by-sides where performance facilitator resources will listen in as you're actually servicing and help provide real-time feedback, and all of that can help reduce things like your average handle time, increase customer satisfaction, and resolution scores. It also can help reduce stress while servicing in general. And then there are plenty of tools that are helpful, such as things that are available in the agent portal and CrowdHub. In fact, let's talk a little bit about CrowdHub right now. CrowdHub is a knowledge sharing tool. It's a resource center for all. It's similar to an electronic bulletin board where you can ask any client or Arise related question. There's no specific person who will respond. Instead, it's sort of crowdsourced. You know, people, anyone who's servicing the opportunity can provide you with a response to your question. So it's easy and you get accurate information right away. You can review lots and lots of questions that have already been asked to gain more knowledge. Chances are if you have a question, it's already been asked. So you can leverage that, check out the answers to that question, and see what's most helpful to you. Also on CrowdHub, you're going to find announcements, incentives, things related to urgent service, and information sessions. Those can all be accessed there through CrowdHub. Instructions to log into CrowdHub are given during certification. You will not have access to CrowdHub until you complete certification. However, the links are found in the portal under references once you've completed the certification class. Again, here you see a similar type thing. You go to references. The opportunities that you are servicing, their individual CrowdHub sites will pop up here under the reference tab. So you'll see that you'll be able to access that, as well as that knowledge zone that I told you about earlier. This here is a sample CrowdHub page just so you can see what it's like. As you can see, there are individual posts, things like how do I find my metrics? You know, what's this sign and drive opportunity related to Agero? How does that work? You can learn more about these individual things. You just click on these individual posts and you can learn everything there is to learn. Again, reiterating that knowledge zone, lots of general information that's here, commitment adherence, Starmatic, success strategies, all sorts of things are found here. So make sure you check out knowledge zone as well. So with that, folks, that wraps up the entirety of this presentation. We have plenty of time now, about 15 minutes, to answer any remaining questions that you might have. So we're going to open up the chat. Give me just a moment. Lajal asked a question in chat to the moderator regarding revenue. Unfortunately, we cannot answer any questions related to revenue in open forum because that is something that is only privy to company owners, and we have lots of agents that are here. Let's see here. However, there is some stuff related to average in relation to base rate. Base rate is the absolute minimum that a company would make servicing the opportunity in that particular time. The average means the base rate plus any sort of incentives that might be offered. So company owners will see that. See here. Are agents required to have a TIN prior to joining a business? That is helpful. It is also helpful for them to have your what's called IBID number. That's Independent Business ID number. When you join Tasha, when your company is registered in the Arise portal, it is assigned an IBID number. If you want agents to join your company, they should have that IBID number. And that way they can easily join your company. All right. Edwina was asking, I can't find Ava. Is she in Arise.com or workfromhome.com? So the answer to that, Edwina, is neither. Ava is available when you go into the portal, so it's portal.arise.com. You go there, you click on support, and Ava will pop up. So you have to go to portal.arise.com. All right. Let's see here. So Terry McDaniel said that Ava was not able to help. Then you need to ask a question. So by all means, make sure, Terry, that you're putting it in the room tab, not the moderators tab, the room tab. Yvette asks, since we have to swap waiver, etc., 2 hours before, what happens if I'm on my 30-minute interval or class time and I get an emergency? Do I have to finish my interval class time, or can I just run? You know, Yvette, emergencies do happen. We can't do anything about that. If you do run, you do risk your commitment adherence being lowered as a result. It's always best to complete the service time. There are possibilities of waivers being issued in certain circumstances, but you know, you have to be careful of that. Remember, intervals are usually in 30-minute increments, so that's a nice thing. Let's see here. Terry McDaniel, I see you're saying hello. Hello, Terry McDaniel. I can see that. Folks, please know there are only a couple of us that are answering chats, and the chats are coming in fast. So if we don't answer your question, please make sure you keep posting it so we do see it, we do get to it. I promise you we're going to try our hardest to get to every question, at least by the 11 o'clock time frame. If we do not answer your question by the 11 o'clock time frame, you can reach out to Ava. You can reach out to the various chat forums that we just discussed. So, Kayla is asking, I have 2 questions. I'm a little confused. Can you clear, is your CSPID your 6 or 7 digit number? Yes. Your CSPID number is typically your 6 or 7 digit number. And then 2, are you paid per talk time and are you paid for training time? Interesting. Kayla, revenue depends on the opportunity. Sometimes it's offered as an individual base rate. Sometimes it is offered as talk time. You have to look at the opportunity announcement and see what's there. If you are an agent and not a company owner, you need to talk with your company owner. They will explain it to you. In terms of certification, the majority of opportunities do not offer any revenue during certification. Again, this is an investment in yourself is what it is. So that's why there's no revenue offered during certification. However, there are some opportunities that do offer revenue partway through certification. You have to check the opportunity announcement and you will see specifically what that is. Okay? Terry McDaniel, I am looking for Terry McDaniel's question that she wants to ask in this chat. I'm purposely scrolling down for Terry McDaniel's chat. Let's see here. I have yet to see Terry McDaniel's question. Terry, if you have a question, please type it into the chat. We're not going to enable your microphone. Please type the specific question into the chat so we can answer it for you. Okay? Tasha saying, can we join more than one opportunity at a time? Tasha, you can. However, you cannot have conflicting times. Meaning, if you are going to do Carnival and Intuit, you cannot take the class both in the morning. You have to take Carnival in the morning and Intuit in the afternoon, or vice versa. You also cannot service them at the exact same time, is what it is. You have to service, say, Carnival in the morning and then Intuit in the afternoon, or Carnival for an hour and then Intuit for an hour, things like that.
And just to touch on that, Erica, the system would not allow them to enroll in an opportunity that times or dates overlap.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Terry McDaniel's question. Terry McDaniel has hit every one of us saying that they have a question. We want, Terry McDaniel, we want to help you. I need you to type your question into the chat. I cannot enable your microphone. Okay. Kathy, what is entered if one wants to join your company? If during registration this number is not entered, can it be attached later? Kathy, they absolutely must attach it when they go through registration. They must do it. When they go through registration, they have to enter either your IBID number or your company's EIN number. One of those. Okay. Madeline Blaze, if you don't service during certification time, during cert time, will that affect your statement of work? Well, Madeline, I'm not sure I understand your question. You absolutely have to attend all of certification and follow through all certification requirements. So if one of the certification requirements is servicing and do mock calls or practice calls or anything like that, then yes, you absolutely have to do that. Otherwise, you will not get a statement of work. Okay. Terry McDaniel, I am lowering your hand because we're not, you absolutely have to put your question into chat. Okay. Okay, Terry McDaniel, I need to know what to do when I can't get signed into another class due to not making the certification because I had a death in the family. Terry, if you had a death in the family, which I'm very sorry if that's the case, that's a terrible thing, and our condolences are with you. If you did not certify in a class opportunity, then what you need to do is you need to retake that certification class. You need to reach out to enrollment support and let them know that there was a death in the family. You can also reach out to the instructor of the class that you were in, let them know that that's the case. That you would like to re-enroll in the class and take the class again and do that, and that you need the SMART enrollment rules waived so that you can do that, and they will go ahead and do that for you. That's precisely what needs to be done. Okay. Okay, Fleta. Okay, we don't want you to ask it a fourth time. You received an Arise Secure Desktop in the mail. What do you do with it? So Fleta, when you received the Arise Secure Desktop, there should have been instructions that were with that Arise Secure Desktop. An Arise Secure Desktop tool is a little thumb drive that connects to your computer. And what it does, it turns your computer into a dummy terminal, meaning you cannot do things like do screenshots, you cannot surf the internet, you can't do things like that. You can only access the particular software systems that are needed to service that opportunity. It is a security device. You should have had instructions with that. On the first day of class, they will walk you through how to use the Arise Secure Desktop. So hold on to that device. Follow the instructions that were sent to you along with that Arise Secure Desktop, and when you go into class, when your class starts, you will be able to start using it. Let's see, what else is here? I see, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. It's Mfielteau, Mfielteau. If you have a question, please put it in the chat. Excuse me 1 second. You do not have your headset as yet. Well, you want to get one because you're going to need it for your certification class. Charlotte, I'm glad you find CrowdHub to be very helpful. Fleta, if you received a box with the ASD, printed on that box are instructions. Did you not receive a box with the ASD? Kayla is asking, what is a Duo Mobile icon used for, and how do you get a study buddy? Duo Mobile is for login. It allows for secure login. When you use Duo Mobile, when you log into a certain system, it's going to ask for your initial password. Then it's going to ask for a secondary password. That secondary password, you're going to click on, you're going to ask for a push to your phone, and you're going to get a number that comes up on your phone, or you're going to get a little icon that says accept. It means that you are the one who's truly logging in. It is a security device. In terms of Study Buddy, when you go into your certification class and you are there with all those other people that are in your class, ask if anyone wants to be your study buddy. Just ask them. Terry McDaniel, I'm sorry, we cannot offer you voice at this time. We don't have that capability. Literally, we do not have that capability in this classroom right now. So we cannot offer you voice. You are going to have to, if you can't, like I mentioned, we understand you're not being able to go into any other courses. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to reach out to enrollment support, just as I have given instruction in this. Go to Ava. Okay, ask Ava, how do I reach enrollment support? That way they will put you in touch, and that way you can let them know exactly what happened so that they can help you to get into other classes. They're going to have to adjust your profile to make that happen. I'm giving you step-by-step directions right now. This is the only way that you're going to be able to move through, okay? Also, Ozzy, can you please private message Terry McDaniel, get that CSP ID number, and work directly with Terry? That would be helpful. Okay, let's see what else here. Mafiltio is asking if you don't have your headset will prevent you from starting. It very well could. You need to be able to communicate in class. You need your headset to be able to do that. Otherwise, you will not be able to communicate in class. So yes, make sure you have that. Kimberly, my classes will start at the end of July, so I will get something right before to give you instructions. That's absolutely correct, Kimberly. You will have exactly that. Okay. LaRonda says, did they send you an email to purchase headset? No, LaRonda. If you look at the system and equipment policy guide that's posted on ariseworkfromhome.com, it will give you an idea of what headset to purchase. Go to Amazon, go to Walmart, go to whatever to purchase your headset. Chris is asking, how do we get an ASD? If your program, only if your program, Chris, is using an ASD, they will mail it to you. If you start class and do not receive an ASD, you will have to let them know so that you are shipped one. Okay, Fleta, your ASD came in a flat rate envelope. Okay, so Fleta, what you need to do is you need to, I'm so sorry that that's the case, typically comes in a box, which is why your question was a little confusing. You need to reach out to tech support, and you need to ask them to email you instructions on how to use an ASD. Alicia, when not servicing, can you stop or take out the Arise ASD device? Of course, Alicia, you absolutely should do that. It does not have to be in your computer at all times. Let's see what else. So Ashley, Andrew's the same thing for you about the ASD coming in a flat rate envelope with no instructions. Please make sure you reach out to technical support. They will provide that for you. Julie is asking, are there chat opportunities with companies or all companies only offering voice opportunities? Julia, it changes all the time. You need to check the opportunity announcements. There are chat opportunities, there are voice opportunities, there are email opportunities. You just have to check the opportunity announcements. Christine Simpson asks, is the headset different than the one used to hear these sessions? Christine, I can't answer that for you. I don't know what you're using to hear these sessions. If you're just using, regular earbuds. If that's the case, yes. The headset has a microphone attached to it. It looks like your typical call center headset. Let me see if I have a picture and anything here so that you can see. Going back through the slides. I don't think I have it in here. Wait. No. And a lot of them need to have dial pads too, so it is different. I'm trying to see if I have a picture here. Here we go. Take a look at the girl that's in this picture here. See how she has a headset with the microphone attached? That's what you're looking for. That's really what you need. Tony P, in terms of your dial pad, you need to check the opportunity announcement and the system equipment policy guides so that you have that. Okay. Fleta, I'm not right. Tech support has not emailed you instructions because you need to ask them to email you instructions. You need to go to tech support through the Arise portal. So if you go to portal.arise.com, let me go back to the slides there. Hold on one second. So if you go to portal.arise.com and you click on support here, you'll go to tech support. You will ask them to email you the instructions on how to use the ASD. Is what it is. You have to ask for it first. Okay. Kayla, I don't know if Duo Mobile is used to do service times. I don't know if that's the case. You'll have to check. You'll have to go to support to find out. Okay. Kimberly, everything related to headsets and what you'd want to use can be found in the system policy and equipment policy guide there, which is on ariseworkfromhome.com. Okay. So folks, I'm so sorry, but that has taken us about 5 minutes past, actually 6 minutes past our actual time.
This is a tutorial on how to use your Arise ASD.
If you have any additional questions, please reach out to Ava. Please reach out to support, and they will be sure to assist you. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.